Hello and welcome to Software as a Service versus Open Source, what business owners need to know. My name is Jonathan Hinshaw. I'm the owner of Ebway Creative, and we are a premier business catalyst partner that works a lot in the Software as a Service community. And I'd like to just today kind of give you an introduction of what the two terms mean. We're going to compare WordPress to Business Catalyst and talk about things like Magento. We're going to look at a life cycle, we're going to do some cost comparisons, but finally, I'm going to give you some next steps into helping your customers understand what the value proposition is for software as a service. If you're a business owner, this video will be perfect. It will help you understand the differences, help you select the right software. If you're a designer or a developer, you'll learn how to communicate this to a business owner. So I'm speaking to two different market segments right now, and I think you'll both really get something out of this. Let's go over the introduction. Let's make sense of this. Open source does not mean free. Let's just get that out right now. It means collaborative. Basically, the source code of the application is freely shared with the internet world so that users can move the product forward. If you download the PDF that comes with this video, you can click the link and read the Wikipedia article and learn more about open source. But it does not mean free. It means collaborative. Software as a service, excuse me, is known as on demand, and it's usually a privately held software package or program that offers limited control of its core functionality. This helps the SaaS providers like Business Catalyst keep their software secure and quality rich. Again, you can see the wiki article and get a definition of what those two things are. Let's look at open source first. Here's two examples. The two most common that I run into here at Ebway would be WordPress and Magento Community Edition. Magento has an Enterprise Edition. We're not going to go over that today too much. But WordPress was built from the ground up to be a blogging software, not a store, not a CMS. Even though you can manipulate it to do some of those things, it was not designed to do that. Magento Community Edition, same thing. It was designed to be an e-commerce software, not a content management system or a blogging tool. Matter of fact, Magento Community Edition won't even give you the ability to blog. You have to add that in yourself and maintain it yourself. So these are very different software packages that both fall under the open source framework. Now we get to software as a service. I'm going to use Business Catalyst, and today for the video we're going to compare Business Catalyst and WordPress, since that probably fills the majority of the audience. Business Catalyst is a combination software, right? It's a content management system, it's a CRM, it's a marketing tool, email marketing tool, it's got reporting, it's got analytics, it's a combo package. It's an online business builder, not a CMS. Magento Enterprise Edition is privately held. It's for enterprise level software applications and stores, and it has some very specific functions that separate it from the pack, and it's not a blogging tool or anything like that. It's an online store. Very different packages, but both would be good examples for the software as a service examples here. Smashing Mag had a really good blog post that you can click the author's name and get to it. And they talk about, for whatever reason, there's a perception among WordPress users that the hardest part of the job was building the website, and then once it's built, it's done. There's no further action is required. And this person says maybe that was the case 7 years ago, but not today. The ease of use for WordPress is awesome, but I think it provides a false sense of assurances to end users and developers alike. This is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about this waterfall of differences, how to avoid the rocks when it comes to going down a content management selection course. Everything can be running smoothly, just like in river rafting. Everything's great, the sun is shining, and then you turn the corner and the next thing you know, you are headed right into a waterfall, right into rocks and very troubled ground. I'm going to help you avoid that. So let's talk first about the life cycle. Let's compare software as a service, or we're going to use Business Catalyst, to open source. We're going to use WordPress. The life cycle I'm going to use what I call day zero, which I got from Brent Weaver, courtesy of BC Gurus, who does another really good post about this same topic. This is a life cycle where day zero, I build a WordPress site and I build a Business Catalyst site, and they are exactly the same. Same content, same features. When day zero happens, the sites are delivered to the customer. Each site is the same. 3 months down the road, what you're going to find is that Business Catalyst is going to add a feature or add value to their package. And this is what I'm going to try to get across today, is the value add that happens with software as a service. As an example, last year we saw some major updates to Business Catalyst. So over the course of 12 months, Business Catalyst owners, their websites actually became worth more than WordPress websites did. You see, there's something called what business owners would understand, a depreciating asset. If you're not adding features and value, you're depreciating the assets. So while Business Catalyst is growing and the features are improving and you're not really paying for that, you're paying a monthly fee, but you're not essentially paying for each little upgrade or update, WordPress stays the same unless you physically change it or add something to it. So the BC life cycle and value add works something like this. Last year we saw upgrades to the hosting and data centers, technology updates, new features, security fixes. There was even a new version that came out last year, and current features were re-released. None of this happens with WordPress. What happens is WordPress might release some security fixes and some updates, right? But what they won't do is add them for you. Business Catalyst is taking care of all of the technical stuff. Adobe is doing everything behind the scenes, so there's nothing to do. Just enjoy the new features and the new updates. With WordPress, if they add a new feature or a new update, you have to pay a designer or a developer to add those features in and to actually take advantage of that stuff. So if you don't invest any more money into a WordPress website, it continues to stay what it was when it was first delivered. Not the case with Business Catalyst. Last year we had a 12-month sort of review on what BC did over the year. And there was no designers or developers that needed to help with this. After the site was launched, 3 months later, they came out with some spam detection stuff. 6 months later, version 3 was released. 9 months later, we had SEO tools. We had some more website features added. By the end of the year, we had a whole new reporting and analytics section. I mean, the software just gained a tremendous amount of value over the course of 12 months. Again, WordPress does not do this. So now that we kind of understand what software as a service is, what that value add is, let's look at some cost comparisons. Don't forget about that smashing mad quote. You know, for whatever reason, there's a perception. Perception is key. Usually perception is reality. The number one thing I hear from WordPress customers is, well, I thought it was done. Don't I just click the button to update it? And we're going to kind of go over that. Website hosting, you're going to pay for that with open source, and you're going to pay for that with Adobe Business Catalyst, but it's a little bit different. You see, WordPress, not only do you pay for hosting, you also have to pay for updates and security upgrades too. You have to pay somebody to do those. You also have to pay if you want to add any new features. With Business Catalyst, it's all included. You're not paying anybody to add the new features as they come out. Let's take a look at the costing. Let's say you have a simple WordPress site, $20 a month in hosting, no problem. Email marketing, you're going to pay $25 a month for that software tool, and that's $25 a month doesn't include integrating it into WordPress. That's just the monthly fee for, like Constant Contact. You're going to need a CRM, that's $25 a month at least with Salesforce. You're going to need updates, those are a few $100s each. You're going to need upgrades. Once you build the site, it's not done. It's never done. So when it's all said and done with, BC gives you everything you see on the left for one low monthly fee. We charge about $100 a month. That's what Ebway charges for our Business Catalyst platform. We do include some additional support with that, and I'm not going to go into that today. But basically, our customers know that for $100 a month, their sites are going to be hosted, maintained, they can do their marketing, handle their CRM, everything will be updated, technically sound, new features will be added when they come out. Their site will be gaining value for as long as they're a client. Maybe it's about $1,200 a year for them, maybe less. With WordPress, you don't know. Boy, you could update the site, bust the whole thing, and next thing you know, you're paying your developer, $100 an hour for 15 hours trying to fix the hack that happened, and it makes no sense to have to do that. So let's go over next steps. This is a great way. I'm going to try to help you understand what the value proposition is, how to explain that to customers. Now, I know that everybody watching has had to have this call. Hey, Mr. Customer, time to upgrade your website. We need to install some security updates. Can we talk about the proposal I sent you? And you get something like, what? I thought that was part of my hosting plan. So the first thing that I want to cover, and this just goes without saying, you have got to help your customers understand the difference between customer support and billable labor. Answering questions, general assistance, talking about projects, that does not fall under billable labor. That falls under customer support. Billable labor is if I got to do anything, I got to charge you for it. So if your WordPress site breaks, gets hacked, needs a new feature, whatever, if I got to do something, that's billable labor. So designers and developers out there, don't get caught in the never-ending WordPress support game. You've got to make your clients understand billable labor and customer support. Business owners, you have to understand that all a designer or developer has is time, and their time is very valuable. So if they do anything, there's probably going to be a charge. Now, let's look at the benefits. This is where BC really just excels, because it's not just hosting, but it's all the features. It comes with photo galleries, news, events, bookings. Adobe handles all the updates, so there's no technical stuff to worry about. You've got email marketing built in. Grow your business, segment your email list, set up autoresponders, all that stuff. E-commerce, you can sell products online or just collect payments. You've got an SSL certificate, a secure URL built into every BC e-commerce site, integrated with a variety of payment gateways. It's all there. And then you've got support. And the one thing I'll say about support is if you're a WordPress site owner and your designer or developer disappears and you try to get support for that WordPress site, you can't contact WordPress. They're not going to help you. You're going to connect with their user base and get some 50-50 answers and maybe somebody that knows what they're talking about, but odds are you're going to have a really hard time getting support for your website. Business Catalyst, on the other hand, their users will be talking directly to Adobe employees who know about the software, or BC partners that know about the software. So I think the value's pretty clear. When we look at Business Catalyst, we're looking at a website, a CRM, a marketing tool, and an e-commerce platform. That's what it is. It's everything. So not only do you get the content management component, but you also get the blogging component. Not only do you get the customer management component, but you also get the marketing component. And e-commerce, sell products, take payments, grow your business. And then there's a host of, there's so much that goes into BC. I couldn't even begin to tell you all of the benefits, but this is kind of the quick wins when you look at something like Business Catalyst compared to WordPress. So that's it. I really hope you learned something today and that it was educational for you. Please feel free to download the document attached to this video at the bottom of the screen. Ask us any questions you might have. We're always available to help. Visit us at ebboycreative.com and make it a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.